Hey there, folks. Welcome to my channel where I regularly share insights into financial literacy, economic knowledge, and wealth management. This is the place where we decode complex theories and principles and break them down into simple, digestible content. Today, we'll be discussing some intriguing principles that can help you better understand your work environment and potentially boost your career growth. But before we delve into that, if you're new here or haven't done so yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you find the content helpful, please give it a like. Your support means the world to me, and it's the best way to keep this channel going. So, buckle up and get ready as we dive in and start unlocking your financial potential. Now, let's move on to our first principle, originating from the gritty streets of New York City, the broken window theory. Moving on to our first principle, let's delve into the broken window theory, a concept that originated from the gritty streets of New York City and the academic corridors of its universities. This principle puts forth the idea that a seemingly insignificant broken window, if overlooked, can invite further disorder. Imagine a neighborhood with a building that has a single broken window. If neglected, might lead to an increase in broken windows, an explosion of unsightly graffiti, and eventually, it may be occupied unlawfully by squatters, transforming it into an unauthorized residence. This principle played a crucial role in transfiguring New York from a city teetering on the edge of collapse to a luminous symbol of urban renewal. In the realm of management studies, the broken window theory takes on a different meaning. It argues that minor issues, if not addressed promptly, can snowball into larger, uncontrollable problems. Consider a customer service issue within a company. If disregarded, it could result in customer dissatisfaction, negative feedback, and ultimately, a significant loss in customers and revenue. Therefore, this theory highlights the importance of immediate rectification and resolution, a lesson with widespread implications not just in our professional sphere, but also in our personal. Transitioning to the second principle, let's immerse ourselves in the intriguing concept of the Pareto Principle. The Pareto Principle holds its origin in the historical event of Napoleon's Waterloo defeat, an event that drastically reshaped the course of European history. It was during this epic battle that Napoleon, an exceptional military strategist, was promoted beyond his level of competence, leading to his downfall. This incident forms the underlying basis of the Pareto Principle. This principle eloquently suggests that individuals, more often than not, ascend to their level of incompetence. In simpler words, people tend to the ranks until they reach a position where they can no longer perform competently. Promotions, generally seen as rewards and incentives for good performance, can paradoxically end up placing individuals in positions they are ill-equipped to handle. Let's delve deeper into this with an example from the corporate world. A stellar salesperson who has risen through the ranks due to exceptional persuasive communication, charisma, and persistence may not necessarily make an effective sales manager. The skills that made them shine in sales may not translate into robust managerial capabilities such as strategic planning, team and conflict resolution. The Pareto Principle, thus, illuminates the potential perils of misplaced promotions. It serves as a cautionary reminder that promotions, if not carefully thought out, can result in people occupying roles that don't play to their strengths. It underscores the critical importance of considering competence when assigning roles. The principle also emphasizes that promotions are not always the perfect incentives they're perceived to be, and that they can sometimes do more harm than good. By bringing these pitfalls into focus, the Pareto Principle encourages organizations to create an environment where competence is valued over mere vertical. Let's delve deeper into the third principle, famously known as the Pareto Principle or the 80-20th rule. The conceptual framework was introduced by Vilfredo Pareto, an Italian economist who noticed a recurring economic pattern where approximately 80% of the land in Italy was owned by nearly 20% of the population. He then expanded this principle to a universal rule of thumb, suggesting that 80% of outcomes stem from just 20% of causes. This principle has been widely applied across various fields, each substantiating Pareto's theory. In the sphere of business management, it's often observed that a small 20% of a company's clientele generates a substantial 80% of its overall profits. Scholars and corporate leaders alike have utilized this principle to streamline their business processes, identifying the key actions that yield the most significant results, and thus optimizing resources. Switching lanes to a more personal perspective, the Pareto Principle, our day-to-day behavior as well. For instance, in the realm of fashion, take a brief introspective journey to your wardrobe. You would probably realize that you wear about 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. The Pareto Principle, far from being merely an economic theory restricted to academic textbooks, is a pragmatic life hack that underscores the crucial role of focus and prioritization. It imparts us with the wisdom to look for efficiency and effectiveness in our actions, to identify the vital actions that give birth to the most significant results, and thus allowing us to utilize our resources optimally and maximize our outcomes. This principle teaches us the power of focus and prioritization, enabling us to achieve more with less. It's a testament to the power of smart work over mere. Coming up next, let's delve into the fourth law, the law of the barrel, also known as the shortboard principle. This principle is an intriguing metaphor that paints a vivid image of a barrel. It suggests that the barrel's capacity to hold water is dictated not by its overall size or shape, but rather by the length of its shortest plank. Just like a barrel can only contain as much water as the length of its shortest plank will allow, the same principle applies to our personal and professional lives. To illustrate this, let's take the example of a basketball team. This team could be brimming with the game's accomplished players, possessing exceptional talent and skills. However, if there's even a single player who's struggling to keep up, the overall effectiveness and performance of the team are hindered. In essence, the team's strength is only as formidable as its weakest link. The law of the barrel urges us to spot our individual shortboards or areas of weakness and actively work to reinforce them. This principle is not just applicable to sports, but also stands true in a corporate setting. A company, for instance, could suffer in overall efficiency if one department is underperforming. The productivity level of the entire organization is a reflection of its least productive department. The shortboard principle serves as a poignant reminder of the significance of personal growth, emphasizing that our collective strength as a team is determined by the extent of our individual weaknesses. It underlines the importance of recognizing and addressing these weaknesses, encouraging self-improvement and development. By identifying and fortifying our areas of weakness, we can augment our contribution to the collective success, making the entire barrel stronger and able to hold more water. This principle is a powerful metaphor for the profound impact of individual weaknesses on the collective strength, underscoring the importance of continual personal growth. Finally, for our fifth and last principle, we will discuss the path dependence rule. This principle suggests that the choices we make at the onset of our journey can significantly shape our future. Consider the example of selecting a college major. If one opts for engineering, it generally leads them down a career path in technology or allied sectors. Conversely, a decision to study arts paves the way for opportunities in creative fields. This principle implores us to escape inertial thinking and make thoughtful, purposeful decisions. Ponder upon a budding athlete who makes a conscious decision to practice extra hours every day. This commitment during their formative years can notably enhance their performance and potentially guide them towards becoming professional athletes. The path dependence rule underscores the necessity to ponder the long-term effects of our decisions and take proactive measures to carve out our preferred future. Visualize a teenager who decides to invest their allowance in stocks rather than squandering it. This early financial decision could be the stepping stone towards a future of financial intelligence and wealth building. By making purposeful decisions, like the individuals in our examples, we can steer our journey towards success with intent and clear direction. Each of these laws offers a unique insight into the dynamics of success, and they can be applied in tangible ways to our everyday lives. For instance, the broken window theory explains the significance of tackling minor issues before they amplify. This could mean addressing a minor conflict at work before it becomes a full-blown office dispute. Similarly, the Pareto Principle serves as a warning against the dangers of misplaced promotions, can guide us in our professional life to ensure we are promoting the right person for the job, not just the individual next in line. Next, the Pareto Principle underscores the potency of focus and prioritization, reminding us that 80% of our results from 20% of our efforts. This principle can boost productivity by focusing our energy and resources on tasks that yield the highest return. The law of the barrel and path dependence rule also teach us valuable lessons about addressing our weaknesses and the significance of our early choices respectively. These laws are more than just theories. They are principles for a successful life. They furnish us with vital tools to overcome life's obstacles and forge our success path. As we conclude, remember that knowledge is power. Put these laws into practice, evolve personally and professionally, and write your own success story.